Hello everybody, my name is Natalia Lee and I'm the author of the young adult novels Highborn and Way of Spears, and today I'm going to be giving you my top 5 tips to be successful at your endeavors for Camp NaNoWriMo in this upcoming April. So let's just jump right into them. So for those of you who do not know, there is the annual NaNoWriMo every year in November, but then there are also 2 Camp NaNoWriMo sessions. The first is in April and the second is in July. And for the original NaNoWriMo in November, the goal is to write 50,000 words of a new novel typically. But for Camp NaNoWriMo, campers can actually set their own goals and their own word counts, and you can decide on whatever project you'd like to work on. So it's definitely more free form and allows you to kind of explore with your writing goals within that month. I have participated in Camp NaNoWriMo quite a few times. I want to say I've participated like 4 or 5 times, and then I've also participated in NaNoWriMo, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 times, something like that now. I've kind of been going on and off with NaNoWriMo every other year just based on the projects that I'm working on. I will not be participating in Camp NaNoWriMo, but I know a lot of you are, so I want to give you my tips that will hopefully help you be successful this camp season. So my first tip is to set a goal that you are excited about. Now, this is one of the reasons that I am not participating. You know, the novel that I am working on currently doesn't really lend itself to being worked on this coming April, and there are no other projects that I currently have a lot of kind of passion for or a lot of energy for. So if I was to just set a random goal for April, I know that I wouldn't achieve it because I'm not really passionate and excited about it. So if you are trying to decide between multiple projects, go for the one that, that you want to think about all the time, and you want to be engulfed in these worlds and these words, and make sure that you're sticking to like your passion projects. I feel like sometimes we guilt ourselves into thinking that there's one specific project that we need to work on, or one specific project that is kind of calling our attention to it, but make sure to just decide on something that you're going to be excited to work on every single day during April. My second tip for you is to decide on a writing routine. Now, we still have time. It is the very beginning of March, so if you need to, you can kind of experiment with different routines this month in March to figure out what's going to work for you in April. If you don't already know, you should try to decide, are you a morning writer? Are you an evening writer? Personally, I do my best creative work in the morning right after I wake up. By the time I've, worked during the day and I'm home in the evening and I'm hungry and I'm tired, I don't create very good work. So I know that for myself, if I were to be setting a routine for Camp NaNoWriMo, I would want to be working every single morning because I know that that is the time of day that works best for me. So make sure that you're using the month of March to figure out the times of day that work best for you, maybe the days of the week that you have, an hour lunch break where you can write, or maybe, your family doesn't get up as early as you do on Saturdays and Sundays, so you can get some writing in then. But just use March to figure out what the best writing routine will be for you come Camp NaNoWriMo in April. My third tip is to set daily or weekly goals, as well as building in a kind of makeup day within your weekly routine or schedule. So the goals that you're setting are really dependent upon what you are trying to achieve for Camp NaNoWriMo. Some people set a goal of, a certain number of chapters or a certain number of words or, a certain amount of time. I believe you can set like, a number of hours that you want to work on your project within that month. So, the goals that you're setting are really going to depend upon what you're trying to achieve within that month. But my tip for you is to set goals either every single day, such as I want to work for half an hour, 5 days a week, or maybe you want to work for 5 hours every week. So you can break it down based on how it works best for you. I'm somebody that likes to plan everything on a day-to-day basis. So personally, I might say, I want to edit half of a chapter every single day, or I want to edit, you know, one chapter every 2 days or every 3 days, because that's what works best for me. But maybe you're somebody that needs a little bit more flexibility on a day-to-day basis. So you might say, I want to write 5,000 words a week. And then you don't have to struggle to write 1,000 words 5 days a week. You just have to know that by, you know, that Friday or by that Sunday, you need to have your 5,000 words down. And then going along with this is, if you can, I would recommend building in a makeup day into your routine, because, you know, we can all set the tidiest, most organized schedules, but something will no doubt interrupt that schedule and disrupt your writing or your work time. So if you can, I would say try to build in a makeup day. So maybe you want to write 5,000 words a week, and that means writing 1,000 words a day, you know, Monday through Friday. So then you have 2 makeup days. You have Saturday and Sunday to make up any words that you may not have gotten on the page Monday through Friday. So it definitely allows you not only a little break if you know, achieve your word count goal for that week, but it also allows you some flexibility to make up any words you may have missed if your schedule got disrupted and you got really busy during the week. So my 4th tip is to regularly interact with your cabin members as well as fellow writers on social media, whether that is Tumblr, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, however you like to interact with others. I recommend that you do that, because by connecting with other writers and other, you know, creators that are attempting a goal during Camp NaNoWriMo, you know, by regularly talking to those people, you are encouraging and motivating one another to do your best and work harder. And along with that, if you are publicly talking about and posting about your goals for the month or your goals for that week, other people are aware of those goals. Hopefully they will check in with you and hold you accountable, which means if it is a Sunday and you are lacking, you know, 1,500 words in your goal, and suddenly people are blowing up your inbox saying, you know, what's your word count right now? How many words are you going to get written tonight to make sure that you hit that goal? That's going to encourage you to keep working hard rather than isolating yourself and feeling like, if I don't achieve my goals, nobody's going to know about it anyway, so why would it even matter? So I do highly recommend that you are talking to other people, you are posting about your goals, and you are sharing your hopes for Camp NaNoWriMo with other participants. Now my 5th and final tip is to try to get ahead during the first week of Camp NaNoWriMo. This happens to me every year, every single time I attempt NaNoWriMo or a Camp NaNoWriMo session. I am most excited for my writing project in the first week. It's like, there's so much build up to it. I'm so excited. I've done so much planning. You know, everybody is talking and chatting and getting really excited to dive into their projects. And I am always most excited and have the most energy for my project in the first week of the NaNoWriMo event. So if you can, I highly recommend working as hard as possible during that first week to get as much done as you can so that you have a little bit of a buffer moving in to the next week. So for example, if your goal is to write 10,000 words a week and you actually write 12,000 or 15,000 in that first week, you're going to be way further ahead of the game than you would be if you only wrote 10K or if you kind of already fell behind in the first week, because it's always possible to catch up. I have always fallen behind and then been able to catch up by the end of, you know, NaNoWriMo or Camp NaNoWriMo. So falling behind doesn't mean that you're going to lose or fail at Camp Nano, but getting ahead in the first week is definitely going to help set you up for success in the coming weeks. So just work as hard as you can. Maybe do some like virtual write-ins or writing sprints always really helped me. Really just dive headfirst into the community and the social aspect of this event. And I think you will be really setting yourself up for success, like I said, if you work as hard as you can during the first week. Because then when your energy kind of dies away in the 3rd week of the event and you're tired of your story and you don't know if you want to keep working on it, at least you're still ahead. So you have a little bit of a buffer zone to, you know, take care of yourself and relax and, not let Camp NaNoWriMo take over your life. But you can only do that if you have the buffer from the very first week. So I would highly recommend doing that if possible. All right, everybody, thank you so much for listening to my top 5 tips for Camp NaNoWriMo. If you have any extra tips that you would like to share with possible Camp Nano participants, please leave them down below so that we can all share our wisdom in the comments section. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, I will not be participating in camp this year. Maybe in July. I have no idea where, my projects will be come then. It's really exciting to think about. But I wish all of you the best, happy writing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!